Come on, where are you? Number 3. Come on. Where are you? Would you just open your fucking eyes? He's right there. There we go. At last. Ah, yes. The sniper rifle. And there's a weapon I'm truly at one with, and I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, boo. You never told me you were a sniping maestro. Well, yes. I've got all the phase of the psychedelia of the 1960s, and as much optic as my local Specsavers. I've developed the balance. Some call me the Matrix itself. And a lot of others will say, boo, you're terrible. Shut the fuck up and put that gun down because you are an awful sniper. And to all those people, I say, oh, but I like snipe. Fine, okay, I'll put it down. But look at me go, I'm taking B. I'm taking B. I'm still taking B. I'm still taking B! What has just happened? Yeah, I don't hit a quick scoping streak very often. That's what's happening now. If there was ever a good time to use the expression cherry-picked gameplay, then this is probably it. You see, I don't normally hit that many successive shots, so maybe Specialist isn't a package I should be using so much with a sniper rifle just yet, at least until I get a little more practice in and become a little more adept at it. But in terms of unlocks, attachments, proficiency, you don't really get such good stuff at the start, at least for the bolt actions such as the MSR and this one I've got right now, the L118A. The early unlocks being stuff such as kick, a suppressor, an ACOG scope. Good stuff to fit the arse-ass, but not so much the bolt actions. For me, it's the later unlocks that pay off. The focus, the speed, the variable zoom, the extended mags, and perhaps the thermal scope, where your enemies will be bright white. Well, some of them will be anyway. The ones without assassin. Ha! The ones without assassin, you say? That's nobody. Nah. You'll be surprised how many people don't use assassin. You just don't notice the ones who don't have it on. Like these guys. And this guy. And the guy for the quad feed. Fucking split quad feed again. Well, let's keep the streak up. Sadly, thermal hit detection can feel like a rip-off. Oh, fuck off. Maybe it's just me, but sometimes it's nicer to stick to the regular scopes because it feels like your hits will register. And for that reason, you might like the variable zoom a little better, but either way, it's nice to have some clean hit reg on someone you know you had your crosshairs on. Ah, that's much more like it. It may just be in my head, but I definitely feel like the regular scope is much more convincing with hit registration than the thermal is, but try and make a note of this place on resistance. It's a cruel spawn point, as you're about to see. The game seems to consider it a safe place to spawn because the little area around the corner is kind of covered up and hidden, and the place my team and I are at now, we're not physically looking at it, so the game thinks, let's put them there. And then they proceed to run forward and get slaughtered like this. But eventually one of our teammates pushes forward enough for them to stop. Either way, it's definitely something for you to make a note of for the future. You might get some free kills out of it. But I'm amazed that I didn't get one lucky collateral out of that big clusterfuck there. Maybe it's because I didn't have impact, but... impact. When am I ever going to find a use for impact? I take back everything I just said about impact. Hang on, what's that sound? Don't do this to... You fucking stealth bombing I give up. Well, you know, support players aren't the worst thing in the world because it does encourage me to pull out a thermal. Because if they're playing support, you know they aren't playing specialist, which means they're not going to be building up to assassin, and you have to think that in game types like Ground War, there's a lot of snipers, and snipers, they swear by quick draw. Assault players, I would imagine they tend to favour hardline. And while I admit you're never going to weed assassin out of every single enemy player, I don't think it's as common as the mind perceives it to be. So make a note of the enemy team and what perks they're using, and if there are too many assassin players for your liking, just switch up to a regular scope. Perhaps throw on Marksman if they're using Assassin, but not Assassin Pro. Marksman is going to work better because the basic Assassin is capable of countering thermal, but to counter Marksman they'll need the Pro variant, and if they do happen to have the Pro variant, it's not going to be as detrimental to you. Picking out an Assassin Pro with Marksman is a lot easier than picking out an Assassin with thermal. The nature of the sight generally means they'll just blend in with the black and white a lot better, and it makes them tougher to spot of course, but if you're willing to take on the challenge then feel free to equip thermal. Having that sight means you won't need Marksman because thermal's like a more exaggerated version of Marksman. It frees up that third tier slot and it means you can pick an alternative. And I especially love that third tier slot. Every single perk, I want them all. Sit rep, dead silence, steady aim, Marksman, and Stalker. And I love them all, so equipping thermal to remove Marksman and free up the slots definitely helps. And 1, and 2, and 3... I don't know if you've been counting, but we're pretty close to an MYB. We're on 16 at the moment. Or we could just jump straight to 18, turn the corner, 19, and 20. And we're going to reload, get number 21. Come on, 22? Come on, be honest, how many of you thought I was going to get it? Well, sadly not on this occasion. I am not zzirBoo, I'm not zzirBoo, I am not a phase, not of optic, I did not make balance, I am not in the Matrix. I am, however, shit. I do have a lot of fun with the bolt actions, but maybe I should stick to the RSS, so hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. Goodbye.